Hello, today I would like to talk about a very controversial, not so much controversial as it is uh, heartbreaking and downright uh, idiotic that we must be discussing this uh, in this day and age, 2017. And it's about dogs and dog attacks and how dogs keep killing innocent people, including and probably more often than not children and older adults, the more vulnerable to groups of people in our society, one because of age, the other because of frailness, health, and physical weakness or in a disability at an older age. There was a case just recently here, 2016, here in the state of Georgia, where I reside right now. A case of a child that was killed by three, not one but three loose pit bulls or dogs. At least the dog that killed the child was a pit bull. The other two may have been pit bull or pit bull mixes. And this happened close to the city of Atlanta. Like I said, just recently, last year, 2016, and the child was innocently walking to school with other three children. Other two children were hurt and badly injured by this dog attack. It was a multiple dog attack, three of them, as I mentioned. And the children were ages 5 to 6, going to school during the morning, walking to either to school or to their bus stop early in the morning. And they were viciously attacked by three loose pit bull or pit bull mixed dogs. And this is not only unfortunate, but highly preventable. It is preventable because those dogs, in my opinion, should not be allowed to be owned by anyone, much less anyone here in the South. People in the South are, to my opinion, a lot less intelligent than the average person when you take the worldwide census on intelligence. Not only that, but I believe people here in the South have the wrong attitude and the wrong way of life, the wrong culture to own such dangerous animals, and especially in cities where there is a concentration of people that walk freely, that go places, that expect animals such as pit bulls not to be loose, roaming the streets, especially in a pack of three or more, as it's often the case. And again, this is a highly and completely preventable misfortune, a completely preventable catastrophe and tragedy that occurred. It should not have occurred. It is, in my book, completely the fault of the owner. The owner, for having such dangerous animal or animals, since I believe the owner owned all three animals, and not knowing that such animals could easily escape, especially if you don't secure them very well, having high fences and having them chained up or highly secured in cages or whatever means is needed to secure such animals. This obviously disturbs me, and I am very, very I get very upset and angry when an idiot or a scumbag has a dangerous animal and takes a little precaution with this animal, especially when it comes to handling it among children, close to older folk, and not thinking much about their neighbors also. Not A lot of them are just kept inside of the home where there is no secondary way of securing the animals. What I mean by secondary way is maybe a fence surrounding the home in case the animal runs out of the front door when you open the door to get your mail, or having the dog locked up inside of the house in a cage to begin with, so that the dog doesn't just bolt out whenever you open the door for whatever reason, to get some fresh air, to go take a walk, to open the door for a evangelist, whatever the case may be. You need to have more than one, preferably 2 to 3 ways to secure that dog. You need to have a few layers of protection if you have such an animal. But the mentality, the poor level of education here in the South, the attitude, the dogmatism, the close-mindedness of the South allows for these idiots and scumbags and no-lifes to easily and with no problem own not one but multiple of these killing animals. And needless to say, these animals, these pit bulls or pit bull mixes, mastiffs, Dobermans, German Shepherds, Huskies, you name it, this Bull Terrier type dogs and others are inherently dangerous. They are by nature dangerous and violent animals. They have been over the years bred, over the decades and centuries, bred to be aggressive. So no raising of an animal the right, what you may consider the right way, is going to take away hundreds or thousands of years of natural evolution and natural tendencies that these animals have. You're not going to take away that tendency for violence, the tendency for aggression that these animals have, just because you raised, or you think you raised, the dog the right way, by leaving the animal by itself most of the day while you go to work or school or both, by not paying much attention to the animal, by leaving it tied up. You may consider these to be just fine ways of raising an animal, when in fact that animal may be highly malnourished, neglected. That animal may be frustrated, may be angry, may have all kinds of problems as far as behavioral problems. Yes, animals do have behavioral problems that are well documented, well known by veterinarians. There's documentaries and even TV shows about this. And a lot of people just don't have the time, don't have the energy, the capability, don't have the knowledge, don't have the resources